Hi, I'm Josh Lee. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first ever tutorial video. I'm not claiming to be an expert or a teacher, but a few of you have written to me asking a few questions about my approach to blues guitar, so I thought I'd make this little video to explain some of my thoughts about various things. This video is mainly going to be about the idea of string bending and how string bending is important in blues guitar and my approach to it. So a great exercise is to choose a note, choose a target note to bend up to, and practice bending and then comparing to the target note, and bending and comparing. And after a while you get used to the amount of pressure you need to apply to the string to be able to hit that target note every time. So I'll give you an example. Let's say we take this note, and my target note is 2 frets up, so a tone up, and it's here. So from here to here, I just practice bending. So bend, and then compare. And they should be the same each time. And then you can practice, rather than scooping out like this, and kind of fishing around for it, you should be able to bend first. So do a pre-bend. So bend the string first without picking, and then pick, and you should be able to have that target note ready, already pre-bent. So like this. So I'm pre-bending and then comparing. Same with semitone bends. So, on to bending in blues. Now I think string bending in blues is slightly different in that past exercise our aim was to hit the target note bang on, to hit that pitch perfectly. To me, with blues bending, your aim is often to slightly undershoot the bend, so be slightly shy of the target note. There's a couple of reasons for this. One is just not sounding too robotic. If you hit the target note bang on every time, then it sounds a bit perfect to my ears. The other thing is about the kind of the strain, the effort you have to put into bending that note. Kind of, to me, the point of blues is expressing the emotion, and that fighting against the guitar is part of what makes blues exciting. So the harder it is to bend up to that note and to reach it, the more it sounds like a struggle. Steve Ray Vaughan famously used to use 13 gauge strings, so part of that was about getting a really great heavy sounding tone, but I think the other part of it which affected his bending was that it was really hard for him to bend up those strings, and you can really hear it in his playing. It's really fighting with the guitar, and I think that adds to the kind of blues sound as well. So to give an example, I'll play a little phrase with no bends in it, then we'll apply a bend that's kind of to pitch, and then we'll kind of attack it in a more bluesy way where we don't quite hit the pitches just bang on. So let's take a phrase like this. So in that phrase, I've fretted all the notes. Now I'm going to put a bend in on one of those notes, the one I slid up, and so you can hear what that sounds like. So you can hear before and after. Sounds slightly bluesier because I've bent the note rather than fretted it. So this is fretted. I slid up to that note. Now if I bend it, that's the 5th note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then now, I'll bend that 5th note, but I'll bend it just slightly short of that target note, and hear what that sounds like. Now you hardly have to apply any pressure at all to be able to imply the bend, and that's what's important. So if I compare a bend that's to pitch with the kind of bluesier bend, you'll hear there's a very slight difference in pitch. So this is the standard bend to pitch. And this is the bend that's slightly short of that note. So it's and the difference between those is here is our target note, and here's the note I'm bending up to. It might be hard to hear the subtle difference there, but the bluesier note I think is slightly shorter. So now there's basically a slight difference in tone between the kind of bent bluesy note and the note that we're targeting. It's not even a semitone, it's kind of a microtone, so it's a division of a semitone, so it's very subtle differences we're talking about, but I think it really hints at the kind of the effort you're putting in. Another example could be applied to a note that's played straight. A lot of the time in blues you want to kind of tweak some of the notes just to make them sound bluesier. An example of this is a phrase like this. So again, this is our straight version first, fretted version. Now I think that second note deserves a bit of a tweak, make it sound bluesy. I'd normally play it like that. So this is what I think we should play. So I'm bending that second note. It's quite subtle. Again, it's not a whole semitone, so I haven't gone up a semitone and kind of gone like this. I'm not aiming there. It's not that. It's just more subtle than that. It's a slight bend, slight tweak of the note. That's a very Albert King kind of idea. He was always tweaking notes, playing around with them. Again, another Albert King idea is that fighting against the guitar with your bends is kind of searching around for the tone, but never quite getting there. Steve Ray Vaughan used to do this quite a lot, so if you haven't heard Albert's playing, you definitely have heard it in Steve Ray Vaughan's playing. It's this kind of thing. That kind of thing where you're kind of fighting around between the notes, bending up all the notes and never quite kind of getting there, but gives a great overall impression. So that's... and again with that, when I'm bending a note, I'm kind of catching the second string below it as well. So I'm bending this first string, but I'm also touching a bit of the second string. So you're kind of getting this almost atonal kind of sound. And that's a great Albert King little lick there. One other thing that Albert King used to do, which I think is great, is rather than this subtle kind of tweaking of notes, it's an overbending. So he's kind of taken his target note and he's overshot it by quite a way. And again, it's this whole bluesy feel where you're not too worried about what the pitches are. That really adds to the sound. So another Albert King kind of lick would be this. And that second note, he's really gone over the note. His target note was probably here, but he's kind of gone up here somewhere towards that note. Again, another great thing that Albert King used to do. So check his playing out. That kind of covers what I want to say about bends. The key to blues for me is not hitting everything on target. Try and play around and just really make it sound like you mean it. That's all I've got to say for now. I hope that was useful. Feel free to contact me if you've got any other questions, and hopefully see you soon.